Okay na.
Good morning, everyone. So, our topic for today is all about psychological foundation of curriculum. So, this is the continuation of Lina Sophia report. So, next we have, so everyone please read. Psychology provides basis to understand and teaching and learning process. It unifies elements of a learning process. Questions which can be addressed by psychological foundations of education are: how should curriculum be organized to enhance learning? What is the optimal level of students' participation in learning the various contents of the curriculum? Okay. So, psychological foundation of curriculum, it is refers to the use of psychology, the study of how people think, feel, and also learn. So, it is deciding what and how the teacher teach. So, it means that when schools plan what to do or how they are going to teach, they are use ideas from psychology to understand how students learn best. So, in psychology, especially us that we are a future teacher, so in psychology helps teachers answer questions like how should lessons be arranged so that the students can understand better, and second is how active should students be during the lesson, and lastly, what teacher strategies will help students remember and apply what they learn. So, in simpler, so psychology guide the teachers in designing lessons what match how the brain learn. So, do you guys understand what I'm talking here? Mr. Soriano, what do you mean by psychological foundation of curriculum? In your own understanding.
On my own understanding, psychology provides understanding and teaching the learning process. So, like for example, to educate the student, like to improve their participation inside the classroom and learning various content.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Soriano. So, according to Alan C. Orson and Francis P. Hankes, in 2004, there are three major groups of learning theories that help in curriculum planning. So first we have behaviorism, cognitive, second is cognitive, and lastly is the humanistic theories. So these are the three. Associations and invisible. Tulo na siya atong behaviorism, cognitivism, and also the humanistic theories.
Makita mo.
Three. So, before we're going to dig deeper the three of them, we're going to tackle first the first one, which is the association and behaviorism. So, when we say association and behaviorism are learning theories that focus on observable behavior. Emerson Balocos, what is association and behaviorism? So, association and behaviorism are learning theories that focus on observable behavior. Okay, Emerson?
Yes, ma'am.
So, they believe that learning happens when a person forms a connection between a stimulus and a response. When we say stimulus, it is something that happens, and when we say response, it is a reaction. Okay. Faharillo, what is stimulus and response? What is
Gibunog ug oras. Nabunog ug oras si Kaharilyo.
Okay, thank you. So when we say stimulus, it is something that happens. But when we say response, it is the reaction. So the stimulus and the response, this will be tackled later on. Okay.
curriculum because sometimes the student have a like um, no, sometimes there tinatawag that the student have different attitudes and the way the student makita o attitudes towards teachers and also yeah there's a big impact that the impact tapos siyang impact sa curriculum ng university through that we acquired or we know the student their behavior and also their attitudes.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. J. The behaviorism affects curriculum, especially us as a teacher. So, pag mag-teacher ta, di ba, magtuto ta o mag-demo ta, maghatag ng nila ang awards, di ba, pag mag-one ta. So, that is one of the behaviorism. And also, kita as a physical future teacher and also Bachelor of Physical Education, kanang murag kuan na nato nga magsagaw, play of sports, di ba? So, pag permanent nato siya ginabuhat, muna siya mahimo na siyang behaviorism, di ba? So, that is the association and the behaviorism. So, let's talk about the first, in association and behaviorism, we have three important theories. We have Ivan Pavlov, Edward Thorndike, and Robert M. Gagnet. The three theories of association and behaviorism, we have Ivan Pavlov, Edward Thorndike, and also the Robert M. Gagnet. So, first we are going to talk about the Ivan Pavlov. So, Ivan Pavlov, 1849 to 1936. So, he was born on September 26, 1849, and he died on February 27, 1938. So, unsa ganitong tulo ka theories nga kung ikaw ay
Edward Thorndike and Robert Gagnet.
Okay. So, before we're going to talk the three of them, first, ato sa una ko na pinakauna, which is Ivan Pavlov. So,
Familiar naman.
So, Ivan Pavlov, he is the father of classical conditioning theory. The S2R theory, the key to learning is early years of life is to train them what you want them to become. And S2R theory is a foundation of learning practice called indoctrination. So, Ivan Pavlov was a Russian physiologist known as the father of classical conditioning. So, his work became the foundation of the stimulus to response theory in learning. So, what is classical conditioning, by the way? Do you guys know what is classical conditioning? Yes?
Kato man ang
Iro-iro? Classical conditioning is something like change of behavior. So there is a stimuli and there is a development of stimuli and the stimulus wherein
Stimulus and response.
Ang stimuli is katong
wala naman na plural form.
sorry.
Ay, singular. Stimuli ang plural. Ay, ang stimulus may singular.
So when you say classical conditioning,
pareha.
the stimulus and the R is the response. So when we say stimulus, it is something that triggers a reaction. And then the response is the reaction to that stimulus. Wala siya. So for example, ako, sa kanya siya, muna ang famous na experiment ni Ivan Pavlov. So ano siya? Pavlov rang a bell before giving food to dogs. So,
Ito
ang
na.
stimulus ana niya, rang a bell, kana ang bell. So, after repeating this many times, the dog started salivating just by hearing the bell even without food. So,
Ito man na.
muna siya nahimo niyang response. So, kung balik-balik niya nagbuhat,
Food, hindi siya
wala na ang
makaon.
pagkaon,
Pag nag-rang siya bell,
ang dog,
kabalo na ang dog na side to siya.
magdaway siya, magdaway gabi siya. So, muna siya ang classical conditioning. Ang sa ganito, Rachel? DFS, Rachel.
Gwapa magugid siya, oh. Karon. Mata, kaya kung mata siya. Tawago bural.
Thank you so much, Miss Rachel. So, Pavlov's theory suggests that early childhood is important for forming habits and behaviors. So, if children are repeatedly exposed to a certain behaviors, routines, and values, they are more likely to develop them as habits. So, mahabit na nila pag permi na ito kinabuhat, di ba? Maski kita, natin mga butang ng always na tubuhat din. Oo din. Di na natin siya makuhat na. Ay, ito siya permi, di ba? Oo na. So, especially kung pag i-train, ikuhanin mo, ikan pa lang kabata pa ba nga, magsige ka upuan o sa imuang dinikanan. So, madalan mo siya kasi pag-uwan mo, di ba? Okay. So, next one is, kung saan ang indoctrination, everyone. So, S to R is foundation of learning practice called indoctrination. So, when we say indoctrination, means teaching someone to accept ideas without questioning, often through repetition and reinforcement. So, muna siya ang indoctrination. So, indoctrination, it is teaching someone what to think instead of teaching them how to think. Think.
Ano na mas mayo? Teaching them what to think or teaching them how to think? Ano may mas nindo?
Teaching them
How to think.
Yeah, mas nindo.
Para, tudluan mo siya pang isda.
Do
Oh.
not
Teach,
give them the fish. Teach
teach them to fish, catch a fish.
Para along the way,
Balo sila.
yes. So, it's better to
Maot
teach
yan.
them how.
Maot siya, no?
Instead, we teach how to
I-erase na siya, Phil.
Sabnan ba, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so muna ang kang Ivan Pavlov. So, next, we have Edward Thorndike. So, Edward Thorndike, 1874 to 1941. So, in 1874, siya ipanganak. And then, sa 1949, siya patay. So,
Pila, hindi ka
for
namatay.
74 years.
Minus na.
26 plus 13 na.
So, he championed the connection.
Ay,
between
65?
theory. He proposed the three laws of learning, which is the law of
65
effect,
ata.
law of exercise, and law of effect, and also a specific stimulus has a specific response. Okay, so Edward Thorndike was an American psychologist known for
65.
developing
Ay,
connectionism
75.
theory, which explains how learning happens through forming connections between stimuli and the response. So in connectionism theory, Thorndike believed that learning occurs when a connection is formed between stimulus to response. So when a response leads to satisfying result, the connection becomes stronger. So when it leads to unpleasant result, the connection becomes weakened. So ganito lada? So when the response leads to satisfying result, so the connection becomes weakened. So when it leads to unpleasant nato sa mga butang nga ginahan ay kanitong natay gibuhat and then ang kuan niya kanang silbi iya ang kanang iya ang pagkahuman og buhat kay naay bad result, di ba dili ka ginahan? Di ba?
Hindi no, hindi ka
Di
ganun.
ba, Bernito, gently, di ba? Okay na. Sige. So next we have, di ba, na siya 3 laws of learning. So we have law of readiness, law of exercise, and law of effect. So we're going to talk about the law of readiness. So law of readiness, so when we say law of readiness, learning happens when a learner is physically and mentally ready. So kung ready ka,
You gotta really learn. Ready ka.
yes. So if a student is ready and allowed to learn, learning is satisfying. So, but if a force or kanang di-force lang ka, hindi ka siya satisfied. May mga ipanalitan mo daw kanang magtuon ka, hindi ka ganahan. Dali susunod ka na. Wala, di ba? So dapat kita ready ka always. So kani kay pura naman hindi kung grabe naman itong magbuhat karon pero
So, dili siya, wala yung law of readiness.
oo, okay. Gusto ko sa grabe.
Unpreparedness. Law of unpreparedness.
Law of unpreparedness na daw. Kasi,
Murag,
siya may
murag wala ka ang law of readiness.
Ibutang ang ngalan diha.
Proponent sa
Na,
law.
si DJ na araw.
And di sana, ano siya pa yung law of readiness.
So next we have law of exercise. So, okay na.
Okay, 9:30 na.